Tsar Nicholas II remains a fascinating yet tragic figure in history, symbolizing the end of imperial Russia and the collapse of centuries-long monarchy. As Russia's last emperor, Nicholas ascended the throne during a period of enormous change, yet his reign was marked by mismanagement, controversy, and ultimately, revolution. In this video, we'll explore who Tsar Nicholas II was, delve into his personal life, significant decisions, both wise and foolish, and analyze the legacy he left behind. Born on May 18, 1868, in the imperial grandeur of Tsarskoye Selo, Nicholas Alexandrovich Romanov grew up surrounded by wealth, tradition, and privilege. He was the eldest son of Emperor Alexander III and Empress Maria Feodorovna, members of one of Europe's oldest and most powerful royal families. Despite his illustrious lineage, young Nicholas was not rigorously prepared for the demands of ruling. His education emphasized broad academic and military subjects, but lacked deep political training, as his father did not foresee him becoming ruler so soon. Nicholas was described as kind-hearted, intelligent, and devoted to his family, yet his mild and indecisive personality offered early indications of future challenges in leadership. In 1894, the unexpected death of Alexander III thrust Nicholas into the role of Tsar at just 26 years old. His ascension came at a tumultuous time, as Russia faced rapid industrialization and growing unrest among its diverse and sprawling population. Nicholas's lack of political experience was evident from the outset, as he struggled to assert authority over his vast empire. Adding to the challenge was his unwavering belief in autocracy. Nicholas saw himself as Russia's anointed ruler, chosen by divine right, and resisted sharing power with elected bodies or implementing significant political reforms. Nicholas married Princess Alexandra of Hesse-Darmstadt, a German princess, the same year he ascended the throne. Their marriage was a rare union born of genuine love, which was unusual for royal marriages of the time. Alexandra's strong-willed personality complemented Nicholas's gentle demeanor, and together they prioritized their family above all else. However, Alexandra's influence over Nicholas drew criticism, particularly over her reliance on the mystic Rasputin. A controversial figure known for his erratic behavior and questionable morality, Rasputin became a confidant of the royal family, especially in matters concerning their ailing son and heir, Alexei, who suffered from hemophilia. This association damaged the monarchy's reputation and alienated many. Early in his reign, Nicholas attempted to modernize Russia's economy. His government fostered industrialization, leading to rapid urbanization and development of infrastructure, including railways and factories. This economic growth brought some prosperity to urban areas and elevated Russia's global standing. However, these advancements came with stark inequalities. Workers faced dire conditions in cities, exacerbating discontent among the lower classes. The gap between the wealthy elite and the struggling poor deepened, sowing the seeds of widespread unrest. One of Nicholas's critical flaws was his refusal to adapt to the political changes sweeping Europe. At a time when monarchies across the continent were reforming or transitioning to constitutional systems, Nicholas remained committed to autocratic rule. In 1905, following Russia's humiliating defeat in the Russo-Japanese War, mass protests and strikes erupted across the empire, leading to the Revolution of 1905. Faced with this growing pressure, Nicholas reluctantly issued the October Manifesto, granting limited constitutional reforms and establishing the Duma, a parliamentary body. However, Nicholas undermined the Duma's authority by limiting its power and frequently dissolving it when it opposed his policies. Rather than bridging the divide between the monarchy and its people, these actions intensified public dissatisfaction. Nicholas's reign is also remembered for its disastrous military campaigns, starting with the Russo-Japanese War, 1904-1905. Underestimating Japan, Nicholas launched an ill-prepared conflict to expand Russia's influence in East Asia. The war ended in a humiliating defeat for Russia, further exposing the empire's weaknesses and accelerating internal unrest. Years later, Nicholas repeated his mistakes by involving Russia in World War I. With dreams of bolstering national unity and demonstrating Russia's strength, he underestimated the conflict's scope. Ill-equipped and poorly managed, Russian troops suffered devastating losses, resulting in widespread disillusionment among soldiers and civilians alike. By 1915, Nicholas made a fateful decision to take direct command of the army, leaving the government in the hands of Alexandra and Rasputin, which further discredited his leadership. Discontent reached a boiling point by early 1917. Food shortages, economic collapse, and the strain of war galvanized protests and strikes across Russia. During the February Revolution, chaos gripped the streets, and frustrated workers joined forces with mutinous soldiers. Amid this crisis, Tsar Nicholas II abdicated on March 15, 1917, ending over 300 years of Romanov rule. His abdication was not just the collapse of a monarch, but the symbolic end of an era of imperial dominance in Russia. Following his resignation, Nicholas and his family were placed under house arrest. They were later moved to Siberia, where they lived in increasingly harsh conditions under Bolshevik supervision. In July 1918, during the Russian Civil War, the Bolsheviks executed Nicholas, Alexandra, and their 5 children in a small basement room. Their deaths shocked the world and marked a grim end to the Romanov dynasty. Tsar Nicholas II remains a polarizing figure in history. On one hand, he is remembered as a devoted family man with noble intentions. On the other, his failure to respond to the demands of a changing Russia paints a picture of a ruler out of touch with his people. Historically, Nicholas symbolizes the decline of monarchies in the modern age. His story offers profound lessons about the dangers of inflexibility, poor leadership, and the consequences of misjudging the mood of a nation. The life of Tsar Nicholas II is one of triumph and tragedy, love and loss, and power and downfall. As we examine his decisions and legacy, we gain insights into the complexities of leadership and the historical forces that shaped an empire's demise. Whether seen as a tragic, ill-prepared ruler or as an obstacle to progress, Nicholas's rise and fall illustrate the unrelenting tides of history, a reminder that even the mightiest empires can crumble in the face of change. Like, share, and subscribe for more.